Diddy forced me to make a sacrifice when I went to his birthday party. Since then, I stopped meeting Diddy. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Tyler Perry are all in this together, and they are the worst people.
I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
That some were doubting you. Did you ever question, like,
No.
am I on the right path?
Oh, I didn't question that. Still don't. Never will. God leads me to do everything I do.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it.
Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it off.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged.
Jakes was at a Diddy party. There could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.
Catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
Dallas Bishop T.D. Jakes is reportedly taking legal action against individuals he claims are attempting to expose him, as he begins addressing accusations that he was seen attending parties hosted by Sean Diddy Combs. Critics claim Jakes is the third high-profile figure, after Jay-Z and Beyoncé, to allegedly attempt to silence individuals connected to Diddy's sexual assault allegations. This has raised questions about what Jake's accuser is claiming and why a prominent religious leader would allegedly be present at Diddy's private events in the first place.
Yeah, that's good.
Here we are.
Hang tight, sir. He's going to take his shit open the car.
Okay. I'm grateful for y'all, all the people who prayed, all the people who texted, all the people who had prayer vigils, all the people who were concerned and sent love and sent notes. Just grateful. Thank you. Just grateful. Not afraid to die. Don't want to hurt my kids. The people who love me. Church needs me.
On November 25th, Bishop T.D. Jakes filed a defamation lawsuit, alleging that his name and reputation were deliberately damaged. The suit was filed against fellow pastor Dwayne Youngblood, who claims that when he was just 18 years old, Jakes allegedly made unwanted sexual advances toward him. Youngblood further alleges that one incident occurred during a church service. He has claimed to possess phone records and witnesses supporting his accusations, which Jakes has firmly denied. Since then, Jake's name has been pulled into broader controversy, including online speculation linking him to the Diddy case and public accusations made by comedian Cat Williams, claims that remain unproven.
He says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it, and they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down at a very long dining room table in a room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face, because somebody gets me. Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me. And in that moment, I literally died. I could not. I tell you, to this day, I can't remember how I got out of that place. But I remember driving home with all kinds of crazy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I finally get home, get in the house, get in the bed. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And I get to sleep and get up in the morning. And in the morning, I step into our bathroom and my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone and she says to me, Wayne, it's Elder Jakes. And I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub. And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with. The second one is, you can't sleep with anybody else because I don't want to give my wife anything. And thirdly, I will take care of you the rest of your life. I can't to this day remember how I got off that phone, but I do know I made a decision that I wasn't going to the service that night. And eventually I told my mother, I'm not going to go to the service tonight. She says, no. You know, we got a rule in this house. If we go, you go. I never told her what he had done. I went to church, and the most humiliating thing imaginable happened that night at church. Bishop Jakes, getting up to preach, speaks into that microphone. I'm going to ask young minister Youngblood to read for me. And after all of that drama of the last 24 hours, I had to read before he
In a lawsuit connected to producer Lil Rod, it is alleged that Diddy used respected figures, including T.D. Jakes, to enhance his public image. The filing claims that Jake's religious influence was leveraged to help legitimize Diddy's reputation and allegedly provide access to new social circles. According to these accusations, Jakes was portrayed as someone who could help repair Diddy's image through his leadership at the Potter's house. While Jakes has denied all wrongdoing, he has not publicly addressed whether he attended any of Diddy's parties.
It's taken from the homes of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, according to a source familiar with the search warrant performed by federal agents at his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. TMZ says this video shows the aftermath of the raid inside Combs' LA mansion. Drawers empty, documents scattered, and safes opened and searched. Hours after the raid started, Combs was seen walking around the Miami Opa-locka airport, according to TMZ, which also obtained this video. Later, at the same airport, authorities arrested Combs' associate, Brendan Paul, and charged him with drug possession. In a civil suit filed against Combs by former music producer Rodney Jones, Paul was accused of being a drug and gun mule who allegedly aided Combs in sex trafficking. Yesterday, Diddy's lawyer called the law enforcement action nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Could this federal investigation have come out of these private lawsuits?
Oh, absolutely. If it involves sex trafficking, or drugs, or weapons, or other illegal behavior.
Lori Levinson is a former federal prosecutor.
They've decided this is worth a lot of resources across the country. So once they've done these searches, they have evidence to follow up on. And if they've got it, they'll move on it.
We still here, you're rocking with the best.
Even though Combs has not been publicly named as a target of the investigation, he says he's now prepared to fight to clear his name.
Several individuals have claimed they allegedly saw TD Jakes at Diddy's exclusive events, including so-called all-white parties and alleged freak-offs. One of those individuals is Gene Deal, a former Bad Boy associate, who has publicly expressed disbelief that a high-profile Christian leader would be closely associated with Diddy. Deal has previously suggested that certain pastors were connected to powerful figures behind the scenes, warning that some religious leaders may not be what they appear to be.
People know how certain people act after one drink, two drinks. And if those girls was drinking out those bottles that he said Diddy laced, and he could show on camera, and he could show that some people had passed out or some people were acting a certain way after they had those drinks, he won his case on that one.
When you was around Diddy, was he doing drugs, like party drugs, like ecstasy and stuff like that?
Diddy wasn't the dude he is today when I was around him. You understand? He had just started, when I was about to leave, he had just started with because he never smoked weed, he never smoked cigarettes, I never seen him do cocaine or none of that shit. You understand? He would have it for people to do it. You understand? It's certain of his girls like to do it, and he would make sure it would be there. But he wasn't the one that did it. Diddy didn't start getting hooked on drugs until he got hooked on those painkillers. After he got hooked on those painkillers, he started drinking more, because he wouldn't even drink hard liquor. He was only drinking champagne, Don P or Cristal. He was not drinking hard liquor then.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. And he also claims that, Diddy, he was using TD Jakes to fix his image. You believe that?
Well, we saw that to be true anyway. That's what he was trying to do all that time. That's why TD Jakes was there, to try to fix his image. Ain't no money like church.
Despite overseeing a massive billion-dollar ministry and business empire, Diddy has long been accused of prioritizing his public image above all else. According to allegations, he made large financial contributions to TD Jakes' church, with critics claiming this support was part of an effort to improve Diddy's public standing. Since Jakes' name surfaced in lawsuits connected to Diddy, rumors have circulated that the stress has taken a toll on him, including claims of a health scare on stage. Sources close to Jakes allegedly say he fears being pulled deeper into legal trouble if further details related to the Diddy case are revealed, claims that remain unverified.
So I want to get right into it, man. How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes?
Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin, drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he there to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he there to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now.
And you been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If they probably got a little bit more freakier, as time went on, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, where people used to go to, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't